Brett Favre is suing Pat McAfee. Did you follow that at all?
No, did Pat expose him for taking those poor children's money and
This one's
pocketing it?
delicious. Yeah. So Pat McAfee, I guess, reported on how Brett Favre allegedly took like millions or like roughly $1 million in speaker fees for himself,
Mm,
which he paid back, I think. And he also got like $5 million to turn his daughter's volleyball court in
yeah.
college into like, I don't know, 5 million builds a heck of a fuck. It's a wedding destination at this point. Like
Yeah.
his volleyball court. And Brett Favre is like behind the scenes. They have his text messages allegedly, so I don't get sued. Of being like, we're not going to get caught on this. And where the money came from is like the best part. It was like the Mississippi poverty fund for like
Ugh.
single moms and like
Oh,
welfare and shit like that. Like
no.
the neediest people in one of the neediest states. And Brett Favre is putting $1 million in his own fucking pocket for speaking fees. I don't think he even
Nice.
spoke. And then of course, his daughter needed a better volleyball court at school. So he sues Pat Tillman. And Pat Tillman's like, I'd tell you to talk to my lawyers, but
Pat McAfee.
I'm sorry, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah,
Pat Tillman's
they
dead. It'd be
shot
impressive to
Tillman.
talk
Yeah.
to him. Yeah.
He's
And he's
Susan.
like, you can talk to my lawyers, but I don't have any lawyers, so good luck with that. Anyway, Brett Favre came out, and he's like, I think he mocked Pat McAfee's wealth, and was basically like, you're trying to make money off my name and stuff. Dude, Pat McAfee is setting the world on fire right now. If you told me he was wealthier than Brett Favre, I'd be like, yeah, that tracks. That could be.
Dude, that guy's loaded. I've heard of him, and I don't follow football. Like, he's enormously popular.
He was a kicker that was interesting. He's an athletic kicker who like got tackles and like I don't want to say he was as athletic as the rest of the team, but that gap was way closer with Pat McAfee, a kicker, and the rest of the normal players than typical. Typically, the kicker is all he does well is kick. And he was also a lot of fun. He would drink and fall into the canal and shit like that. He was always in the papers. He really likes his alcohol, or at least he did in his playing days. And he's great on the mic. So now he works for ESPN. He has his own show. He's just killing it. And he reported on Brett Favre. Brett Favre is suing him, and it's Streisanding this thing. I hadn't thought about Brett Favre in a year.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, right. Brett Favre allegedly steals from poor people for himself and his daughter and the politicians behind it. It's a huge case, and it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it seems like Brett Favre's a piece of shit.
We don't know his story. Maybe the old volleyball court was awful.
Have you even thought about that, Kyle? And you know what else is awful? Poor people.
Yeah.
Poor people are awful.
Yeah, what are those poor people going to spend that money on? Poor items.
Deserves the money. Daughters of 100 millionaires. That's who needs money.
Yeah. I say we get that money back from him, and
Why isn't he getting that money from fucking Wisconsin or something though? Like or Minnesota, somewhere
I think
where he
it's
actually played
important
ball.
to redistribute the wealth of Brett Favre and Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason.
Only if it's foreign aid to Israel. That's where it should go.
I'm just gonna bang the redistributing Taylor's money drum.
Don't like it. Don't like that.
You got two jobs. You're selfish.
I'm gonna go vote in the St. Louis City election and say, as the sole white person, and go, I'm here to say no.